There you go.
You know, I still really don't like the way they changed the live streaming interface on YouTube.
I mean, that's fair.
I really need to get my streaming software set up and get that all set up so I can do like the screens and all the happy intro put together and have like a merch video in there and when I walk away put something cute up on the screen and
but then you have to do actual live streams rather than just throwing on the camera and sitting here for.
Isn't that what a live stream is?
You really have a plan of attack?
I do have a plan of attack. I have a complete plan of attack. Hello, roommate. Please take this. Thank you. You should watch our live stream. We're wearing the t-shirts on our live stream. Our roommate made the shirts after we found out about our prevalence of speech patterns. Could be worse. We could be doing shots. Hello, Commodore.
Hello, Commodore. I ate a life.
You're all good. Oh, my lordy. It is the amazing Antonio.
Yeah. Antonio.
One of the two hosts of the great podcast, Minorities Report. If you don't watch that podcast, you should. Or listen to that podcast.
Yeah, you don't really watch a podcast, do you? You just listen to it.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Unless like a D&D podcast. Sometimes they have visuals.
Yeah, no, it's just him and Tech Noir talking about 80s movies.
Yeah.
And early 90s movies.
Yeah.
When movies were still good. Your specific speech patterns are called an idiolect. See? He is an educated man.
Sounds like bullshit.
Hello, my friends.
Hi.
So, Taco Tuesday. Not a lot going on, but we do have some big topics to talk about.
Yeah.
What's on the bench?
I got nothing still.
That's a lie and a half.
No, it's not.
It's a lie and a half.
Well, I have my game. That's fair. And I have the list that I've written.
And you've been working on a list for the last week. And the lore behind your army, that's work, man. That's working on a list.
Okay, when you talk about bench...
No, on the bench is what you're working on.
Okay. I have a Red Corsairs, essentially, list I've been tossing together for the eventual narrative campaign. Because I want to run Chaos. And I've kind of gone full in on my first full 40k army is going to be Chaos. And I want to do Dark Wolves, essentially. I want to take some of the lore from Skyrim's Dark Wolves and take some stuff from that, as well as some of my own stuff, and make Fallen Space Wolves, because it's cool. And also because we'll having Fallen Space Wolves and also Loyalist Space Wolves in the same house will be fun.
Be a lot of fights.
Yeah. Good grudge matches as the superior boys are fought over who's really the goodest boys.
Yeah.
It's us.
Your one wound cells, I doubt it.
Yeah, well, listen, when our codex comes out, we'll have...
You'll still be one wound boys.
We'll just overthrow the meta because that's how codex creep works.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. Meanwhile, I'm building. And I'm painting. So, my patron who supplies me with my plastic crack has me building stuff for him. So I finished one of these guys, And this one is magnetized, so we can take off the gun and give him the sword. But he is with the shield because you don't want to drop 400 some odd points to something and not have an invul save. It's like, oh, I don't even get to save versus that, huh? Well, now I'm dead. So we built it with the shield, and it's sword or the big gun. And we're going to build the second one in the exact same manner. Who is at the top of 40K for meta right now? Now, that's the weird thing. That is the weird thing right now. So we're finally, after the last set of FAQ and the small nerfs they've done, which were totally fair and totally good, what we're seeing is some parity at the top end. I mean, it's not one army. It's a few armies. But right now, the top guys right now, Drukari, are still really, yeah, jinx to their cult. Yeah. No. Drukari are still up at the top. The Mechanicus are at pretty much the top of their game right now. Sisters are doing really well. Orcs have just gotten to the point where they're being in competitive play with their new codex, and the first GT they were in, they won. The other GT they were in, they were first and second place, but I can't count that GT. We talked about that last week. That GT had some squirrely shit going on it that people doing not cool stuff. So orcs are really good right now. A lot of people are talking about what's going to happen now that Thousand Suns and Grey Knights are coming into play. I haven't personally gone over the codexes yet. They're still being reviewed. Grey Knights seem really powerful. I haven't seen anybody go in depth into Thousand Suns yet, but I'm sure they're going to pick those apart soon. Who else is still doing really good right now? There's a Chaos Marine list that's been going around that's been doing really well, actually.
Really?
Yeah. But it's Iron Warriors, but it's just laden with what do you call it? With demon engines.
Okay.
You know, it's like a bunch of demon engines in there. So there's that going on. Custodians are still strong. Death Guard are still doing really well in the meta. Marines, there's a couple Marine builds that are going around. So what we're seeing right now is a lot of parity with the guys that have gotten their codexes. Somebody recently won a GT with Necrons and came out of nowhere with a Necron list. So you're getting to see more of it being, it is player skill still involved. It's not just win and go. The problem is that when people pile onto a new thing, it gets to see some uneven numbers. So, right now, Drukari and Admech really are the top two. They really are the top two right now. But there's a lot of people that are right there. And again, part of the reason Admech and Drukari are at the top, because a lot of people are playing them.
Yeah.
So we're getting to see more of a data crunch with them. So with the Orc Codex getting wide release next month, and then with the reported Tyranid and Admech Codex is coming out by the end of the year.
And Imperial Guard?
Imperial Guard. It was for a bit. Here's the thing. when it was for a bit, the nerfs they've put have kind of pulled it down a little bit. When the Drukhari Codex came out, it was broken. Nobody could handle Drukhari. They were so fast and all over the place, and they were just ripping armies and tables apart. And then Admech came in and just, it became you're either playing Drukhari or you're playing Admech, and if you're not playing them, you're not winning. They've done some balancing stuff. They had an FAQ update, I want to say like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they had an update like a month and a half ago, and they brought it. They didn't do a huge. It wasn't like a huge like over the top banhammer type nerf. They toned back some of the stuff, the pieces that were specifically really broken. Specifically in Admech, they took core away from Iron Striders. So they weren't getting their rerolls and they weren't getting some of their auras anymore, which were making them really powerful. And then one of the big the Galvanic Volley. I think it's Galvanic Volley. I have to look at it again. I've got it on my cheat sheet, but one of the big what do you call it? Stratagems. They increased in cost.
Mm-hmm.
So
the oh fuck. Oh, I don't remember what it's called. Is that Wrath of Mars or is that?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was Wrath of Mars or Galvanic. It might even be the Rad one. There's one of them that they took down. I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of the real powerful
They
ones.
have Obsec?
You're waiting down the thousands on terminators get Obsec. I don't know. I mean, I hope they don't. I mean, you're not the only army that has Terminators with Obsec. So I don't know if they're going to take that away from you. Just saying.
Take it away from rubrics. Give it only to Terminators. Ouch. That's what there was. I don't even remember.
Yeah, in Grey Knights, the Terminators are considered troops, so they automatically have Obsec. So that's fair. So I don't know if they're going to take that away. I really want to look at some lists. I found out something that I talked to last time I saw Antonio play his Terminators. There's a weird line in one of the rules on a piece of equipment that you have to go dig to find the information on. They make a point that every figure, other than if you're not a vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
you get to pick one of your weapons that shoots and shoot it. Unless you have a combi weapon, and then you can shoot both, and you get a -1 on both weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And there's a specific, I forget what the rule is, but there's a specific rule. So if you fire your pistol, you're not firing your other weapons, and if you fire your combi weapon, you're not using any other weapon.
Yeah,
that can shoot. There's a Terminator can get a thing where they get a missile rack on their head.
Mm-hmm.
The Whirlwind Missile Rack, I think it's called.
Something like that.
They're allowed to shoot that along with their regular weapon.
Okay.
But it doesn't say it on the Terminators. And if you look up the weapon in the Terminator list, it doesn't say it there. But if you go, I guess, into the back of the book where it has the secondary part where it lists all the weapons, there's a line there that says if this is on a Terminator can fire this in addition to his regular weapon. It's like, really? So you
think that would be part of like its base profile?
You would think. So it's very weird. You know, they don't say it anywhere else, but they say it in like it's not an obvious. You have to go hunting to find where it says you can fire both weapons. So, because there was a point, it's like, well, why would you even take that? Because it's not worth it if you can't fire. You only have a choice between fire it or their weapon. Oh, you can fire in addition, but like I said, you don't. It's not immediately in place. So, and I say this because Antonio was playing him last time. I'm like, you know, the rules say you're only allowed to fire one weapon. And I was like, well, then why would you take this? I'm like, I don't know why you'd take it. I mean, I saw the same thing with my Terminators, because my Terminators, I have a set of Space Wolf Terminators that have it on head. Well, apparently buried in the rules, there are things that you get to fire this one in addition to any other weapons. Go figure. So
that's weird.
I was wrong. And I'm big enough to admit that.
Oh no. Oh no.
The Hellfire Misdirect, that's it. It's called something else for the loyalist side, but yeah, it's basically there's one line deep in the rules that goes, hey, yeah, you're allowed to use this along with the regular weapon. So this is me going, hey, I was wrong. You don't get many of those, so I'll give you that one. Because I'm awesome.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'm in the midst of another build cycle while I'm trying to paint some terrain. I got to get through this terrain because I got a painting commission for an army. I didn't get a chance to build my shit right now. I have so many things on my plate that I have to build for other people and paint for other people that I have to let my own personal stuff sit aside. It's a weird place to be in for me. I'm not used to this.
That's fair.
I mean, I just built Saturday evening, I plan to be at FAC Saturday evening to play some Path of Glory. Well, be there Saturday night. I got to figure out what veteran ability I got to take for my my veteran clicky girls. Oh, you come get some. Now that I know my summoning rules, it will not be so easy for you this time, sir. So yeah, I mean, I gotta say, this model was 2014 was when they did this one.
I get it, Antonio, but our schedules do not line up, sadly.
Yeah.
That is a nice fucking model.
It is. For a 2014 model, these are really, this was a joy to put together. I was shocked. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult to build. It was a joy to put together. And I love the detail on this thing.
That is a much cooler position than just a gun hanging forward.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's magnetized, so I can put the gun in whatever position I want.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I'm a sword. Yeah, no, I'm a nerd, but I love this model. I'm gonna build the second one. I'm gonna build it with a slightly different pose. The only problem is that you can't really pose the legs. The legs are in a static position.
Yeah, you know.
But I imagine if I sat there with a bunch of goo and the knife and the Dremel, I could probably reposition the legs a little bit. But
that's fair.
I'm being paid to build them quickly, not to build them superly. Yeah. I want to build them well, competently, and put some uniqueness to them. But I mean, the model itself is badass. I don't ever see him playing 2. I can't see ever playing 2 except like Apocalypse game. This thing is like 450 points.
You run your army as a super heavy detachment. So you run 3. You could do it.
Yeah.
It'd be dumb, but you could do it.
Well, I mean, if you run 3 of them and you run 2 of them with the guns and 1 of them with the sword, I mean,
you just don't have a warlord at that point.
Yeah, you do. It's only 1,500 points. Then you run a patrol and you put your warlord in there with 3 sets of troops. And put a couple psychers in there and just have a day. All right. So let's be serious now. Super serious. All right. So that's what's on the bench is me building. And I got another one because I'm going to start building this guy tonight, build the second one.
So I didn't realize until I was looking at the Craft World stuff. They have like several units that have a base that have like a base invuln save of 3-up. I didn't realize how many of those they have. It's a little scary.
These guys only got a 5-up if they have their shield.
Yeah, and like all of the Crafts World characters, like from what I was reading, have like 3-ups and 4.
Well, yeah, their characters are no joke. You got to remember, a lot of their named characters, all the Phoenix Lords, are godlike level beings or near godlike level beings.
No, that's fair.
Commodore made short work you with a super heavy detachment. I would have loved to have seen that. I mean,
although, Antonio, to follow up on us actually being able to play a game eventually, if I build this Chaos Space Marines army, I will be able to bring it in and fight you. And I will happily enjoy taking my Chaos Space Wolves and slaughtering the dogs of Prospero.
Dag. Yo. So dag. Yo.
Yikes. Listen, it just gives me more excuses to want to kill Thousand Suns. It's great. It makes me happy. Although the Thousand Suns are really cool, and I was really tempted to build a Thousand Suns army as well, because like the Thousand Suns are just cool. There's a reason I'm running a Thousand Suns like Horus Heresy era sorcerer as the main villain for my Dark Heresy campaign. Yeah, I'm gonna build Chaos Space Wolves. I'm gonna take Red Corsairs, the Red Corsair rules, because I think they fit really well. And like a lot of my possessed and my stuff like that, I'm gonna mod more like Wolfen. And I have like some themes I want to go, because I don't want to go pure Khorne, because of course they're they're essentially space wolves, so I need to have rune priests and stuff. So it's probably going to be a mixture of chaos gods. Probably like mostly Khornates and unaligned. More than likely.
No, you want that one.
Well, because Tzeentch and Khorne Lake followers don't really get along very well. I mean, but it could work, especially because they're more loyal to the idea of their chapter than to the idea of their
right. Well, remember the other thing you want to be able to do is that
the Tzeentch,
the fight twice, either the fight twice or the shoot.
Yeah, that's why I want to put Khornate Berserkers on the table. I want to have Khornate Berserkers really bad because they're so cool. Chain axes, bolt pistols. Hello, I'm going to fight you twice. Get murdered, good sir.
Yeah, but I thought you wanted to do them as the demons, because that way you get all those bonus stats and all that happiness.
Some of them I will have as demons, but like, I also want to have like Khornate Berserkers, because Khornate Berserkers are cool.
So you're going to have like 6,000 points of chaos, and
by the end of this is going to be, from everything I'm looking at, this is going to be my primary army. Because, Dad, you have yours, which are the Space Wolves.
Technor would be so proud.
Because you have your Space Wolves, and I am following in the track record of this house, building Chaos Space Wolves.
Commodore, I'm going to melee to death with a single sorcerer. The way he rolls, that's believable. You'd probably kill his entire knight squad with one sorcerer just going, you suck, you suck, you suck. Oh, I'm sorry.
Grey Knights or Knights?
Knights.
Oof. Oof.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, Commodore rolls like shit.
Who's tech?
Rolling in his grave. He ain't dead. He just eating up. That's all. He's all in that 40K. He's all in that 40K is dead. Got to be 30K. Why are we playing 30K in some Titanicus? Yeah, whatever. Titanicus is dead. And I hate
wish he was. Damn. Hashtag yikes.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, nobody wants to say it, but because I love Titanicus, don't get me wrong. But if the rumors I hear are right, Titanicus is dead. They're gonna do seriously. They're gonna do one more. They're gonna do one more model release, like next spring, and then they're gonna let it die a quite.
At this rate, they're gonna have a model for Titanicus that you can use as a Warhound Titan scale wise in 40K.
Well, I mean, they have one already. You could use as a freaking Leviathan. The new War Master thing, you could effectively. It's sized enough. You could use it as a Leviathan.
Jeez.
This is our small scale version. The freaking thing is like this big. It's ridiculous.
Oh, also, I'm gonna get the Bjorn the Fell-Handed and chaos him up for my Leviathan Dreadnought. Yeah. I'm gonna take that model and chaos it up and build a Leviathan Dreadnought.
You can get out right now.
Oh yeah.
You're not doing
that is what's happening.
You're not doing that to Bjorn.
I am doing that to Bjorn. I need a good Space Wolves looking Dreadnought to turn into a heretic.
So you can do it.
So I'm gonna take Bjorn the Fell-Handed.
You're not gonna do Bjorn. You can do their relic one, the one that's got the sword and
no,
shield.
I'm gonna get a Bjorn the Fell-Handed.
You do it to Bjorn.
I'm gonna do horrible things to Bjorn.
If you do horrible things to Bjorn, you will be living on your own in a cardboard box on the street. Or under the porch.
Hey, I'm just saying. This is the thing. They are confirmed part of the lore, so it doesn't matter. Skyrar's Dark Wolves are an actual part of the lore, which means I can do whatever I want.
No. You don't understand. You can make these chaos. You notice I haven't said anything. I haven't said a damn thing about you making chaos walls. Like, that's a cool idea. That's great. That's cool. When you start talking about Bjorn,
I'm gonna get Bjorn.
Now we're talking about
fighting. Get Ragnar and.
I don't care about that.
Oh, that's fair.
Gotta remember, Ragnar. I have Ragnar because I love Ragnar and he's a good figure. I don't think he's the best space wolf. You know who my favorite wolf is, and that's why we're going to be swinging on you because you don't mess with Bjorn.
I want to see Bjorn the Fell-Handed go toe to toe with chaos.
What would be nice is if you get that 30K Grigor the Fell-Handed, and you use him as your Chaos Lord, and with his big old clawed hand.
That would be kind of cool. That's fair.
Oh, by the way, this is the first show since then. Commodore brings up an important point.
Job.
He has a job. I am so happy and excited for him.
And not like a little shitty like retail job like I had before. Working in a warehouse, looking like $16 an hour. It's nice. Yeah.
Good job doing what's expected of you.
It was hell. I'm telling you right now, it has been hell for months.
Good job doing what's expected for you. Brent's doing the
16.
Now, normally you don't got to go into how much you make an hour, but
whatever.
I know you're not concerned about materialism.
I don't care. It's nice. I'll have extra money. I can do what I need to do.
You'll be able to get a new computer.
I can get a new computer.
You'll be able to buy yourself some plastic crack. You'll be able to pay for some resin so that we can make some more models that way.
Because I am going to need 30K Space Wolves transfers. I have realized that with the color scheme I have. Because with the Skyros Dark Wolves, I need the red wolf symbol, and then to add like a tongue slithering thingy. I'm using the actual like Skyros like Dark Wolves color scheme because I really like it. It's like the black and the red, with like some silver. I can't tell if it's silver or white. I have to actually go look at it again, or I don't remember if it's silver or white. And then like with like blue lines, like the Space Wolves blue lines. It looks real nice. There it is. Okay.
Now, he is going to be an inventory clerk for a warehouse.
Is that what it's actually called?
Basically, you'll be working. Yes, he's working where I work. I work in IT. They needed some guys. I was talking to the warehouse manager, and the warehouse manager is an ex-infantryman like me. So we talked, and when he realized that Ray is a good stand-up dude, he's like, dude, bring him in here. If he's reliable and can get along with people, then bring him in here, and we will get him working.
Yeah. What did you do?
Trying to figure out this.
Did you break it?
No.
You already built one. Why is it so hard?
Because these legs...
You already built one of these.
Yeah.
What did you do?
These legs are freaking complicated. So one thing, they're not numbered. They just have pieces on them.
Who's dumb? Fuck Eldar. No.
I'm a space wolf. I'd love to. I'm not. Give me some mead and wenches. So it will be nice though. Yeah, I mean, let's get back to talking. So that's on the bench, and that's what's going on here. I mean, honestly, speaking as a dad, I am super proud. I got him the interview. That's all I did. I just got him the interview. He actually impressed the crap out of the guy because the warehouse manager has been at my desk twice in the last day, and he wanted to start right this week. He's like, I'm going to get him right away. I'm like, all right. We'll get him starting next week. That's fine. But literally, he wanted you to start like Thursday. He's like, can we get him Thursday? And HR was like, no, give him a minute. So, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. Like I said, I just got him the interview. He impressed the crap out of the manager there. And that's all you. And that's something to be very proud of. You know?
But no, I'm excited.
I mean, at this point, you're now getting at a point where you're a little bit more ahead of the game than I was at that age. Because I was working, I wasn't making minimum wage, but I wasn't doing that well. I was working security at your age. And that paid like ass.
Thank you, Commodore. We also had the first like real session of my Dark Heresy game Sunday, which was fun. Because we had like kind of like a semi-session last time. We've had like a full like real session with investigations and stuff. Everyone got to do stuff that their characters were good at, which was good. I was really happy in how the session turned out. I pulled out some of my dad's old. Oh, well, my dad's not old. Well, he's not his old one, but like the fuck.
You pulled out some of my what?
Sorry, the cultist. His Death Guard cultist.
My Nurgle cultist.
Yeah, his Nurgle cultist. Pulled some of them out. I got to shoot them out. That was fun. Oh, it was good.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You worked during the damn. Damn. Look at Ben talking shit.
Yeah, well, that's because,
I mean, he's not wrong, but still, like, damn.
Ben, you're not that much older than me. I mean, younger than me. Whatever. You're old. Yeah. Yeah, the only problem is model has some bad gaps in the back, so put some extra goop on there, scrape up, and sand up, and it's done. And that was in the 90s. Things were tough then, too.
Yeah.
They were tough. Things sucked back in the 90s. There's the boomers controlled everything, and we knew it, and there's nothing we could do about it.
It's still kind of that same one thing.
And that's the next topic we're talking about. Warhammer Plus starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
$6.99.
Yeah.
Okay, Commodore. Let's be honest. Considering, you know what? I'm just going to be nice. I'm going to take the high road, and we're just continue talking about Warhammer Plus. You know, Antonio, again, you're not wrong either. You're not probably wrong either. So, Warhammer Plus, they had a free episode of Bolter. What is it? Fist and Bolt, Bolter and Chainsaw, whatever it was. They had a free episode this week. I wasn't home this weekend, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. Hello, Tina. Well, that's because you have children you actually care about that are young enough to enjoy that shit.
Oof. I mean, fair, but oof. That was rude.
I'm just saying.
Hammer Bolter. There we go. Whatever.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I'm gonna probably be getting a subscription to Warhammer Plus.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to watch anything this weekend. The thing is that at $6.99, considering how much I consume while I'm at the bench, it's worth it to watch. Honestly, the scary thing is the main reason I want it is not for the animations. And that's the really bad part. Because I want to watch animations, but the big thing I actually want to see this. I really am intrigued about seeing these painting master classes they're going to be offering on there. Because apparently, well, I mean, that's been...
Damn. Can we, why are we going at each other tonight?
That's because it's me and Ben. Me and Ben
No. Everyone has been going at each other's throats tonight. It's like, why? Chill out, guys. Come on.
You and Antonio feels like, hey, everybody finds some zen. Calm down.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think you'll get in trouble with it. I mean, I haven't decided which one I want, if I get it. Because part of me wants the sniper up in the it's a sniper, but it's like up in this stand.
Yeah, it's up in the statue.
Yeah, and the thing is, I already have the sniper because I have the old metal sniper, so it's like, do I really want a second sniper?
I mean, and it's kind of cool because you could build it as a piece of terrain or build the dude in it as like...
Well, I mean, if you're going to build it, you're going to build it with the dude. But I mean, it's huge.
Maybe.
I don't know. But the flip side is...
terrain dude. Why not take it as a piece of terrain?
Because I have all those pieces. But the flip side is, you know what the other figure is?
What?
The warlord of your army. For Age of Sigmar.
That's fair.
But it's a unique... something about him. I didn't see what was unique about him.
Oh, God. I don't know why I've just been so tired.
Shut
up. I'm still getting used to the new sleep schedule. Just give me a break.
Actually, he's not getting used to a new sleep schedule. He's getting used to actually having a sleep schedule.
You know what?
I'm not wrong.
Shut up.
I'm not wrong.
Eat a dick.
I thought you just got mad about people going after each other earlier.
Yeah, and then you went after me, so I went back after you.
Oh my God, I hate you so much.
That's rude. You shouldn't say that about your son.
Okay, you're right. I don't hate you so much. I only hate you a little.
Yeah.
See, that's fair.
My time has come.
All right. So Warhammer Plus, like I said, I mean, the big thing is like I actually want to see the master painting classes. I think that's going to actually be really interesting for me. The battle reports are going to be, I think, very, very narrative. So I think it'll be interesting in that. I mean, I don't think we're going to see like top tier tournament type armies. I think we're going to see people that play the armies they love in very narrative type
cool
fights.
If you got like some like GW quality like narrative like you know how like tabletop. Well, again, I know I keep saying it, but like you know like tabletop tactics starts their narrative stuff with like little like showpieces and like
I don't disagree with you,
because GW could definitely support the same kind of thing,
especially since they're probably going to be filming them in Warhammer World.
That's fair.
Where they have some of the best tables in the planet.
Yeah.
So that's again, I think that'd be cool.
No, that's exciting.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not excited for the animation. It's just, it's not the main thing. It's not the main thing I'm looking for because, to be honest, I mean, I don't watch that much television. That's television. I watch specific movies and specific shows. I'm kind of picky about the junk I watch. Like, I watch a lot of Marvel stuff. And I'm going to watch Hammer and Bolter. Like I said, the only reason I didn't watch it was I wasn't home this weekend. I was playing my D&D game. So we'll get there.
Yeah.
It was. Well, it was. The animations are cringeworthy. It's a style. It's a style of animation, and it depends on what you like or not. That's kind of the nice thing. I have a very broad like of animation, different kind of animation styles. Like I really love a lot of the Ralph Baskin animations from, subversive animations from the late 60s, early to mid 70s. And a lot of people are like, well, those are kind of crappy looking. Like I said, I'm not making any. I'm literally not making any predetermined decisions on them, because I want to watch it for myself and make my own decisions on it. Because I recognize that my opinions can be easily shaped. I'm a bandwagon jumper when it comes to if somebody points out a bunch of flaws and I really narrow down on those flaws, I'll really dig into those. And then later on, if I sit back and just try to look at it, and again, Antonio and I had this discussion because one of my favorite movies previous to this year, after somebody pointed out some of the real problematic things about it, I went back and rewatched it and realized, yeah, I really used to love this movie. And now that I watch it with, a little bit more criticality, it's actually, the plot of the movie was good, but there's a lot of problematic shit that happens in the movie that's not good. And made it so I probably really can't enjoy ever watching it again. And I watched a couple other movies by the same director.
I mean,
is there any show I would love to see? I'll be honest. I would love to see, as much as I love the Space Wolves, and I do love the Space Wolves, I would love to see them take the Horus Heresy and deal with not all the extraordinary subplots, but deal with the main storyline and put that like a Game of Thrones type, but animated, and deal with the Horus Heresy.
That would be pretty cool.
You know, that'd be kind of cool. Admittedly, yes, I would love to see a Space Wolves show. I would love to see a Space Wolf-centric show. I'd love to see the Burning of Prospero done as like a movie or something.
I want to see some content that isn't entirely Imperium focused.
There is. That's coming. There's a Tau. There's a Tau series.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some like Yannari or Craft World Eldar stuff.
I want to see the Eldar one where they beat the tank up with rocks and sticks and then kill the guy with children. No, not really.
My thing is like, I understand why, but I also like, we're probably not gonna get like a chaos focus show.
Well, I mean,
which is understandable why, because but it would be cool to see stories from perspectives we haven't got a lot of content from.
Yeah, let's do one from the Slaneshi standpoint.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm more so saying, like, my thing with, just from what I'm seeing, I want to see Imperium content, because, like, there's a lot of Imperium stuff to cover. But, like, I hope that it's not 80% of all the animation content is just focused on the Imperium.
Well, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean that I have to understand. Like that's
that reflects 80% of their sales. I mean, the Imperium are their money makers.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But we're talking like if there was something I would like to see. Yeah, I would like to see.
I'd love to see. When you talk about like Guard, I would love to see a and this is going to date me, but I would love to see like a Kelly's Heroes or some sort of like sitcomish like military-based sitcom based on the Guard.
Oh yeah, because they also have to have war. They're also going to have Age of Sigmar in there, so it's going to be like 80% Imperium, 15% Forces of Order, and then 5% everybody else.
I was just counting the Stormcast with the Imperium because, I mean, and the thing is, okay, and that's not fair because I actually like the lore behind the Sigmarites. I actually like their lore. But again, they're poster boys.
Yeah.
the Dirty Dozen, but Guardsmen. Yeah, doing a Dirty Dozen type style where they're focusing on because it's like a Gaunt's Ghost type thing.
Yeah,
except
cool.
all the guys that are dirty because the Dirty Dozen were all criminals. Mm-hmm. So it's literally you've got the one upright commander that's leading this group.
Oh, so a penal legion.
Yeah, but they're a penal legion of really talented dudes. Like to put it in game terms, they're elites, but they're penal colonists.
Okay.
You know, that would be cool. That would be. Yeah, and you know, Ben, I'm with you on that one. If they make it all just grim dark, blah, 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 I mean, I guess that's the tone nowadays. I would love to see something on an orc world that's kind of comedy-like, you know, like something like the original Gorka Morka, where, you know, the orcs are just trying to make their thing, and they run into humans on the planet, and the humans have gone feral, and so the humans are digging-knobs. Mm-hmm. Digging-knobs! It would be hilarious. You know, eyes rolled too hard, damn, they detached from the retinas.
See, I like the idea of some Space Marine content on.
You're gonna see. Well,
But here's my thing. I don't know how much each of like the chapters is going to get like recognition wise. I don't see them ever doing like an Iron Hands focused like series.
They're gonna do the big four. I mean, let's be honest. They're gonna do the big four.
Yeah, Ultramarines,
Blood Angels, Dark Angels, and Space Wolves.
Yeah.
I mean, they are the big four for a reason. My apologies to my Imperial Fist brethren, but there's a reason why if you buy every starter set, those are the four what do you call it, transfers.
When your successor chapter gets more focused than the actual chapter itself. Like,
I mean,
I'm gonna say it straight up. I don't like the Black Templars. I really don't. I think they're so overplayed. We get no real content for the Imperial Fists. It's all like Black Templars, and I couldn't care less. They're just like, I want more content on like. I'd love some Imperial Fist stuff. I'd love to see some like deep dives on the Imperial Fist. I think that would be cool. That's fair. I know the Black Templars are marketable because they look cool, and I'm not gonna lie, they look cool. I really like the Black Templars visually, but I don't know if we get like 6 different shows on the Black Templars, I'm gonna be a little like, why? Now, getting a show on the Black Templars would be cool. Being able to get some deeper dives and like some exploration of them on an animation level is cool. I like that. I want to see that for all the Space Marine chapters. I want to see that for like a bunch of like the big successor chapters. Like, it would be cool to have a deep dive on the Minotaurs or the Lamenters or the Crimson Fists. And like, it'll all be cool stuff, but I hope everyone gets a fair shake, at least a bit. Because it would be cool to see everyone gets something that they get out of it. Like, some people aren't going to want to go watch, the Ultramarines go and, like, stomp everyone into the ground. But they might be like, oh, man, the Salamanders are going to do stuff? That's cool. I want to see the Salamanders do stuff. What?
I didn't say anything. I'm letting you talk. I'm letting you talk.
And I just, like, I'll probably be happy with, like, watching it, even though I'm still kind of iffy with Warhammer Plus as a whole. Because I'm still a little, like, about the whole thing. But it's happening. There's no point in, like, really fighting it. Like, I don't know. No, that's fair. And to be fair, like, expecting a lot, and the main issue with, like, expecting a lot is, like, they're not going to be like Netflix where they're going to have, like, 10 billion original shows that you can go and watch just whenever. They're going to have, like, over the course of it, they'll have, like, a good amount.
They're going to be like a heavily branded Twitch channel. I said it. Yes. And that's what I'm going into this expecting. I'm expecting it to be the equivalent of a heavily branded Twitch channel. They're going to have live streams. They're going to have battle reports. They're going to have painting classes. And they're going to have some shows.
Which is cool.
There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's a darn thing at all wrong with it. And I also recognize it's not for everyone. And I'm not going to fault anyone that doesn't want to get it and doesn't like it and doesn't want to have anything to do with it. It's your money. Spend it on what you feel is good for.
But this is my problem. They're narrowing it down to a small amount of animations, essentially. Just from everything we're hearing.
To start off with. They're narrowing it down to that. When there was the entirety of YouTube to work through. But here's again. Now, we're going to go back to this for just a moment. They're monetizing it. They have to find out what's worth monetizing.
I mean, yeah. They have to figure out what's worth monetizing, but they're still like...
We may see more live action. We may see, documentary-like things that'll be, lore of this chapter. They may do other stuff. This is an initial offering. And the animation is the thing that all of their focus groups probably went, animation, animation, animation. Everybody loves animation. So that's what they went after first. I'm hoping it's not just going to be focused on solely on animation. Because I'll be honest with you, I can only watch so much animation at one time.
No, that's fair. But again, it's still...
And don't get me wrong, I love animation too. Just so it's said, I am a weeb. He calls me it all the time.
It's still the issue of how it all, we got this whole thing started. And that's my issue, more so. It's they're going to restrict exactly what it's their own product. They're going to be like, okay, so there's a small amount that we're going to actually, cover because the stuff we can market. But we're still not allowing other people to do stuff. And I get it. Because again, we've already gone over this, but it just... I don't know. It sucks.
It doesn't suck.
It does. Because there's a lot of people who put their heart and soul into... I don't... And maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe, if the content will actually be, really good and be worth all this. But as it stands now, I don't know if some canonized Warhammer animation is going to be worth in the long run the idea of all the fan-made content. Losing out on all that, fan-made content for just some canon Warhammer animation. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to pan out. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't be. I don't know. I'm going to try and, give it a fair shake once we, are sitting down and watching it, but I don't currently have high hopes.
Be nice if we get it. What we could do, reviews.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Watch a show and then review it,
Because from what I saw of it, because I didn't see the full episode, it looked okay. The episode they put out, it looked okay. It looked kind of basic, but it wasn't bad.
Didn't look any worse than any of the fan-made animations.
No, it definitely did. I can tell you right now, I've seen plenty of fan-made animations that looked way better.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think we'll see. All right, so Warhammer Plus. I think we covered enough on Warhammer Plus. Kill Team comes out this Saturday.
I'm actually really excited.
I'm very excited. I am.
I've been shooting on GW recently a lot.
So is Ray going to be my Antonio hitting on everything? Much like Minorities Report, everything I like, Ray is going to hate. Much like everything I love, Antonio hates. So we'll see.
We'll see. It might be good. Who knows? Maybe it will be.
Maybe I'll be the hater. I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe I will.
All I know is currently, I haven't liked what they put out so far. But maybe I'll like the next one.
I mean, I am the guy that...
Astartes is good. The guy who did Astartes is good, and he's on the team, so, there has to be something of quality coming out. I hope.
The stuff I saw for the Tau stuff looked really, really, really good.
That's Tau, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nicest race in the universe.
It's the one, non-Imperium faction I'm kind of about seeing animation of. What? It's just going to be... They're just going to rip off Gundam.
Exactly! And Gundam is one of the
They're just
best
gonna take,
animes
like,
of all
they're gonna
time.
take Gundam. They're gonna take like shots from Gundam, and then just like paint over in Tau colors.
No, because Gundams are white and good Tau are white, so it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, they'll just produce gun like they'll like buy the rights and they'll just this is our Tau show.
Except I've actually seen the animation, and here's the thing. Just so it's said, fuck you. It's good.
I haven't seen no, I was just talking about the one.
The thing that confused me is it's called the Exodite.
Oh, it's probably based off
Farsight?
Yeah.
Except Exodite to me means
Eldar.
Eldar. Yeah. So I was like,
unless that's the twist.
That's where humans came from. Tau and the Eldar banging.
No, that's not what I was
saying. If an Eldar bangs a Tau, humans are made.
The Tau literally What I was going to say was that might be the reason why it's called the Exodite. He's going to run into like some Eldar Exodite who's like
that's possible.
The main part of the story.
That's possible.
Why? Because I don't like Tau? Why are you going to kick me in the shins, Commodore? Why are you going to threaten me with violence and assault?
Because he's intimidated by your twin beard.
Shut the fuck
He's only got one beard and you have two.
Shut the fuck up. No, I want to know why are you threatening me with assault, Commodore?
Because he's a bitch.
Wait, you don't like Gundam? Is that what you're saying? You don't like Gundam? Shut up, Ben. You're an oversized mutton chop. Anyway, I need to know what.
No. Have you met Ben? He's a lamb chop through and through.
I need to understand what Commodore is saying right now.
Nobody understands what Commodore is saying.
I understand. That's why I'm trying to get through to him. Okay. Well, then what's the problem?
Therefore, he likes Tau. That's what he's saying. I like Gundam, therefore I like Tau.
I thought he didn't like Tau.
He likes Tau. He just doesn't want to play him anymore.
Oh.
Because they're not his Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
And is not his Death Course of Krieg.
And probably Black Templars.
He's thinking about playing Black Templars. Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because they're the babies of the Imperial Fists. They're babies of the Imperial Fists. I'm surprised he doesn't have more Crimson Fists. That way he can use Pedro Contour.
Crimson Fists are kind of cool. Like, not gonna lie, they're actually pretty cool. I actually really like the Crimson Fists.
You know, there's no successor chapters until 8th edition of the Space Wolves.
What?
There were no successor chapters of the Space Wolves until the 8th edition created the spears.
Okay.
Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because they didn't need to be watered down to be made interesting. Woo!
Yeah, but the Mentors are more interesting than the Blood Angels.
Like I said, you got to water them down to make them interesting.
I mean, yeah, you water out the vampire bit, you just keep the angel bit and the bad luck bit, and boom.
Just saying. Wolves, get on my level. I mean, they had to take the Ultramarines and give them back their freaking...
They had to take Ultramarines, give their successor chapters.
And then give them back their Primarch to make them interesting again.
Yeah.
And they're still like, that's a really cool box of Marines. I'm going to make wolves out of them. God damn it!
Just make Ultramarines. We even have the sigils on it. I shaved them off. God fucking...
I like the Ultramarines so much that I was using their symbol originally for my my homebrew.
That's fair.
Except I turned it upside down, so it actually was a freaking Omega symbol.
That's fair.
And it still reminded me of the Ultramarines too much. I had to put them in the dip and start them over. I don't hate
your chapter symbol is a toilet seat.
I don't hate the Ultramarines. I'd have to care about them to hate them. Oh! Oh. But that's actually the reason why I like the Grey Knights.
What?
I actually like the Grey Knights.
Why?
Because they're not a Marine chapter. They're their own beast.
Yeah, they're so weird for that.
I like that. They're weird. I like weird. I mean...
Yeah, but they still have like the bad... there's a little bit of still the bad taste of their origins being a little...
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, they're made from a shard of Magnus the Red, but you know what?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, they're like how their lore was written. It's the reason why a lot of people still have like about the Ultramarines.
What you mean? The reason they mean the way that they stole a planet, or the fact that any time that they show up, they have to kill everybody on both sides because
and the fact that they were like completely like the most powerful group in the Imperium for the longest time because they had plot armor. They had the plot armor of fucking Jesus. No, I don't mind the Grey Knights. To be
I like I said,
I like the Grey Knights.
Even their baby carrier. Not a fan of that model.
You can fix the baby carrier with one thing.
The same way you would fix the walker. The same way you would fix that walker that the freaking...
Cover the legs.
Yeah, you cover the legs. The same way that they could fix the walker, the stealth walker, the non-dread dreadnought that they have for the Primaris. Put an actual piece of armor in front of the dude in the...
But then it's just dreadnought.
Yeah, but without it being a dreadnought, hi, don't shoot me! I have no extra armor, but don't shoot me.
It's a force field. I don't know.
Someone's got to drive it. Yeah, drive it, but...
Yeah, but why are your legs... Why are your legs out? It's good enough for Morven Val could, like, to have as hers that she just has the arms out. But why your legs? How does having your legs out help control it?
Because the baby carrier loves you so much. I love my little leg.
But no, that's the problem. Their legs being out of it reduced the mobility. If your legs were in it, you'd have more control inside the...
Yes, and she steps into it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't... Your arms being out of it is fine because it lets you control it with the motor controls. But it's far, far harder to just control it with your legs not being attached to anything, just swinging around like a baby carrier.
We're talking about the Grey Knight's baby carrier dreadnought.
What? Why? Why? Why?
Be happy I tossed it.
Because Lady Dragon doesn't actually want to show up for our show, but she will come in and interfere. Come here and look at the people. Come here and put... You walk that way, you're going to have your butt on the camera. You might as well come in and put your face on the camera.
Commodore?
Say hello to all our friends.
Kill that man.
What is probably cuter than my face? Why are you saying for Commodore to kill who?
That man. That man right there.
Jamie?
Fire all guns at that man.
I don't know who this is.
I don't know either, but I want all guns to fire on that man.
She made the shirts.
Are we really...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So,
Are we really trying to bring logic into 40K? No. No, we're not.
No.
No, he's saying no about the all guns firing.
It's the difference between something that has logic to it.
It just looks weird. I mean, if we're going to bring logic into it, there was a big argument we talked about in one of our chats today where, have you looked at Primaris designs? Have you noticed the bikes? The Primaris bikes, as low as it...
Turn!
You can't turn that bike. It's too low to the ground and the wheel is set the wrong way. There's actually no way to turn that bike, one. And two, if you tried to run over speed bumps in those things, you would just fall over because you'd scrape the bottom of the middle of the bike. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a difference between trying to bring logic to something and trying to have a basis of immersion in what you're doing. It's the immersion that is being shaken, not the logic. Because as long as you stay within the logic of the setting itself, that's fine. Like, 40K's logic is out there. Like, but there's still a level of, like, necessary logic to keep immersion. No, and that's fair. I just don't like the legs. I think the rest of it looks cool. I like the rest of the Dread Knight. Like, I will tell you, I like the Grey Knights. I like the Dread Knight. I just think the legs like ruin the model for me because it just feels like it would be to me it would look better if it was just the torso that you could see driving the controls.
Because
that's
again,
why I like Morven Val, but don't like the Dread Knight.
No worse than those slammed tuners. Hi, Al. I don't know what you mean by slam tuners. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I don't know what you're talking about. So, Kill Team.
Yeah, Kill Team.
Kill Team.
Seriously? It took you guys that long to get back to it?
We were talking about Warhammer Plus for like an hour, so whatever. Go eat your apple.
I'm excited about Kill Team.
I'm excited about Kill Team as well. My wife is going to assault me.
Stop.
She's going to assault me.
Stop. Stop it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
No.
We're streaming. Stop it.
And?
Unit of it's different from what
Put it back later. Anyway, you were saying.
Eating your apple.
Let's start chucking shit again.
So it's going to be super different than the old Kill Team. I mean, I've been looking at a lot of the rules. It's going to be very different than the old one. It's not point-based. So you're taking specific squads. Like, there's this squad, or there's this kind of squad, or there's this kind of squad type of thing. And then you're putting equipment in it.
I've heard some word there's like kind of a loss of as much characterization.
And I've heard that too. I've heard that it's not going to be the same type of, individuality and characterization as there was in the original Kill Team. Yeah. But, I mean, that also means that you're not going to have some of the unbalanced situations you had in the original Kill Team.
I have a squad of just sergeants.
Well,
just 7 sergeants.
Because I have different units. Or the worst one I ever saw was I have 1 Chaos Marine and 17 cultists.
That's not unreasonable.
No, that is completely unreasonable. When every other army has 5 or 6 or 7 models,
for the most part, could run like 14.
Yeah, but most were running 10. And then have 17 models. And the problem is that they, it's the same chance of dying. So it's just like, it was so impossible to maintain any sort of board control with that. I mean, it was ridiculous.
I mean, okay, on a realistic standpoint, like we're talking like lore-wise, I mean, it could make sense.
I'm not talking about lore. I'm talking about gameplay ability. Because, I mean, again,
that's fair.
You say what you want. Gameplay has to come first. I mean, point blank, gameplay has to come first.
I mean, normally I would agree with you, but that was one of the issues of Kill Team, the last edition of Kill Team, was that its gameplay coming first ruined a lot of like parts of it because of the fact, like, yeah, Sergeant spam was a thing. Plasma spam was a hell of a thing. Being able to mix Scions and Guard to get as many plasma guns as you could on the table, like, that was a problem in old Kill Team 2. Like, yeah, like, on a gameplay perspective, being able to put out those weapons on weak models is not entirely, like, unreasonable, but...
And even when you would put that plasma spam, because you could custom build your list to whatever you want, when you saw it competitively, it came down to a lot of times who won first, the Snipers or the Grey Knights? Because that was that near the end of competitive when it was going on before Corona. That was what you saw. Do my Snipers go off before the Grey Knights kill me?
That's fair. Yeah.
And of all the things I've heard about in other games, like Flames of War, which should be, by definition, should be a narrative-styled campaign or narrative-style game because you're playing World War II. You know, there's some kind of set rules there you kind of got to deal with. One of the biggest problems they have is that in their competitive scene, apparently Finnish sniper armies just break the game to the point where some tournaments ban the Finnish army from playing because you've got snipers that can just completely wipe you. You're playing squads of snipers that are just wiping out armies left and right.
Sure.
And yet, to be honest, you know, yes, the Finnish had a place for World War II. It was relatively minor. But if you go by the rules of Flames of War, the Finns should be able to beat every army in the game.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, there's a lot of argument for that back and forth. The idea that, you know, oh, I've got like the list that I played that I had the most success with. I had a tactical sergeant, a tactical heavy weapon gunner, an intercessor sergeant, an intercessor gunner, and a reaver sergeant. And then
like the Space Marine like sergeant like build where you got as many of the different sergeants as you could because they just had a better stat line and better weapon options.
And it was usually 1 point more.
Yeah. And that was like how you won as Space Marines last edition. And as Guard, you went plasma guns.
How many different forms of plasma can I stick in this army?
And Chaos, you had a Chaos cultist as your leader, and then a bunch of Chaos Space Marines.
No. You had a Chaos Marine.
No, that was the other list. There were two lists for it. There was the one where you have the one Chaos Space Marine and a bunch of cultists, which was one that kind of made sense, like on a reasonable standpoint, but like gameplay wise, it was a problem. And then the other version where it was like 6 Chaos Space Marines and a Chaos Cultist that was your leader.
So you could just hide him in the back and him.
Yeah, and he would get all the command abilities. While your other Chaos Marines, your Zealots, each of the other like specializations would just tear through enemy teams. And I think Tau was like drone spam. I forget what it was. Like.
Yeah, Tau ran into problems because up until Arena kind of balanced out Tau because drones can't open doors. So they would take one really big dude that they'd pack a bunch of stuff on, and then one dude, another guy, and then they'd have a bunch of drones.
Yeah.
And again, that was on competitive level. Again, friendly level is a completely different matter.
And to be fair, I'm talking at this from purely someone who I've like looked at kill team lists and looked at like competitive tournament lists and looked at how people have built their kill team armies. Because I only played a few kill team games, to be entirely honest. Like, I got burnt out of kill team real quickly. And I felt bad because like it was really cool conceptually. And I played it like a few times and then never touched it again. Okay, I didn't have a time to play. I didn't have the ability or time to play at the time, especially during the pandemic, which is where a lot of my reading went into, where I didn't have anyone to play with because I was in Georgia with two people who didn't have I mean, we didn't really have time to like play Kill Team. You know? Like, I could play online with people, but if the internet connection was going well, or like we had time because it takes a lot longer to play in Tabletop Simulator. Because Tabletop Simulator is great, but it's finicky and it's hard to play with. That's the thing. The one IRL match I played of Kill Team.
Ooh.
No, there were two of them. Yeah, there were two matches.
Do you have pics of that thing? Sorry. Hang on. His M1 Abrams is done. Do you have pics of that thing? So,
because I had two Kill Team matches IRL that I did, and one of them was not great, to be honest. And it wasn't like not great on like a statistics level, like it was fine like that way, but it wasn't a. It was the kind of game that when you're getting into Kill Team for the first time, it really is not a good introduction, because it's like it kind of kills your interest in the game to begin with. You go, you list build, like, okay, I'm going to try and learn Kill Team, and then you do the match, and it just, and it was not a good time. And the other time, I played once with a friend of mine, and it was fine. He played his Gene Stealer Cults, and I played my Guard. It was fine. We were both trying to learn the rules together. And it wasn't bad. It was a fun time, but honestly, the more fun of it at the time, because neither of us really knew what we were doing, and we didn't really have anyone at the time to help us learn it.
I wasn't home when they were doing it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even here. I was over at his house.
Right.
Was just the fact that we were hanging out, which is good, because Kill Team's really good for that. Just hanging out and playing Kill Team. But I'll just tell you, my first experience at Kill Team was not a great time, and that did kind of kill a lot of my interest in last edition of Kill Team, which is why I'm really excited for the new edition, because it seems a lot less finicky and there's a lot less chance of what happened with me.
It seems very narrative.
Yeah, and that's really good.
By design, I think it just seems more narrative.
Because my first opportunity to play Kill Team, they were kind of playing competitively, kind of. It was. It
wasn't enjoyable. I mean, that's all it was. It wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah. No, I'm just Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, and that's the idea.
I want to play the new edition of Kill Team. That's what I know. I want to try the new edition of Kill Team. I want to paint out my Chaos Space Marines.
So what I'm going to do, my brother Al, I'm going to take a look at that picture when the stream is done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward it to the people in my Discord and potentially see if we can get you put up on Art of the Week over on Frost and Fists, because they will definitely appreciate the work you do.
Yeah. I didn't even realize how late it was.
Yeah, it's already that time, because we spent a lot of time talking about a bunch of stuff tonight, which is pretty cool. So, final thoughts. What are you thinking about right now? What is your focus going forward?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure out this army.
Fair. I gotta get building. I gotta get painting. I got too many commissions. You got any Commodore stuff done? It's almost done. It's actually almost done. And then I got to get back to finish this building and then finish the other painting I got to do. And then I just got the next step of my building hump in about $700 worth of orc. Boxes of boys and boxes of Ludas and boxes of Gretchen and the entirety of a Prophecy of the Wolf orc half of that box. So, yeah. And Marshall Helbricht from the Grey Knights, the new Marshall Helbricht out of the Grey Knights.
Nice.
So, and some aircraft calling my name too. God. Yeah, I gotta get some building done. I gotta get this stuff done because I actually have a bunch of other projects to work on. I have my Hit the Beach box right here. I still haven't even built that yet. Never read the rules yet. I got some aircraft I want to build. I haven't been able to get to. And he's got more aircraft for me because everybody knows I love aircraft. I'm a fan of World War II aircraft. So, hobby is great. And when you're doing hobby for fun, it's even better. When you're doing hobby for profit, I don't mind doing it, but it's like, wow, I have a lot of stuff I have to do, but I can do the stuff I want to do. Yikes. Oh, he's Black Templars. Well, maybe it's not Helbricht. It's the dude that's out of the it's the new character that was in the Grey Knights and Thousand Sons box. It's whoever that guy is. Because my guy who I'm building this for has a Grey Knights army, and he managed to get that figure because the person had an extra one. Castlin Crow, that's it.
There we go.
That's it, Castlin Crow. Yeah. All right. So that being said, it is the 9 o'clock hour, and we are wrapping up for the night. Kill Team's coming up this weekend. When I get my box, I will be doing a live stream that night to do an unboxing, just so we can take a look right away at what we have for the.
There.
When I get my Kill Team box, we will be doing a live stream to go over what's in the box and kind of give a really quick review of what we see. I do have to say, last thing about Kill Team, I hate the Krieg dice. They're just ugly. Why couldn't they done them with black with the orange lettering like they did the Chaos dice? The Chaos dice look so good. And both the Marines dice, or I don't know if that's Astra Militarum. I don't know whoever those other dice are, the orange dice with the black, they just look terrible. Make the dice black. Put the letters and numbers in orange. They'd be great. Orange dice are ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Pumpkin dice. Yeah. All right. Be good to each other, my friends. Take care of each other. And big love. Exactly. They're pumpkin dice. Halloween.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you later this week.
See you, everybody.